Looks like we could be getting Pretty Woman on 4K sometime this year. Disney announced a 4K Steelbook version of Tombstone last week, but will we be getting a 4K Standard Edition as well? Umbrella Entertainment announces its new July slate, including a massive 14-film box set. We have the release date and more details on Lethal Weapon on 4K. It looks like Grindhouse Releasing has put the Beyond on 4K back in stock, but does that take away from its limited status? And it looks like we have another disaster film coming to 4K from Kino Lorber with Peacemaker. That is, if it doesn't get canceled. All this and more in the next Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 256. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And look, we've got some stuff to talk about this week. We got some exciting stuff to talk about, some stuff that I think's gonna maybe get your juices flowing this week on the Physical Media Report. But look, before we get into it, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then comment down below of everything that we get into here today, guys. What are you the most looking forward to? What are you the most excited about? Let me know that in the comment section below, and then turn on bell notifications for all future videos. I got more videos coming this week, guys, talking about physical media, the latest and greatest in physical media. You'll enjoy it if you like that kind of content. So hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get into it. The first one that we're going to be discussing here today is kind of a rumor. It's not official as of yet, but we saw last week, guys, with the announcement of Tombstone, that Disney is willing to dig into their Touchstone catalog. Now we're hearing word that Pretty Woman is rumored to come to 4K at some point this week. It's in the works right now, coming out from Touchstone and Disney. This was reported by Dawn of the Discs on Instagram. Now, I looked in the Blu-ray.com forums for any more information. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find this information anywhere else. So I'm not exactly sure where Dawn of the Disc is getting this, but it is a rumor that is out there, and I'd say it's probably pretty likely. Dawn of the Disc is usually pretty reliable, but for sure, this is one that people have been wanting and waiting for such a long time. This is such an iconic romantic comedy from 1990. Julia Roberts, Richard Gere. Like, this one absolutely deserves to be on 4K. I watched this, I want to say on Max or Netflix. It was like 6 or 7 months ago, and it was for the first time. I had never seen Pretty Woman, and it was a great film. Like, I freaking loved it, and I could just see how this movie would look magnificent in 4K. It's a 90s movie, but it has a very like 80s like style and sensibility to it. So I think the movie would look phenomenal in 4K. But yeah, Pretty Woman, guys, hopefully this actually happens. Again, this is not official. We don't have announcements. We don't have slipcovers. We don't have pre-orders. We don't have steelbooks. I would assume, though, with this one, whereas we're getting ready to talk about Tombstone, that got a steelbook only announcement. With Pretty Woman, I would assume that this one will probably get the standard slipcover treatment. But either way, guys, it's definitely exciting. It shows Disney's willingness to dig into the Touchstone catalog. Of course, they probably got Sony that's pushing them to do some of this stuff, but either way, I'll take it. Even if they only give us like 8 or 9 titles a year from the Touchstone catalog, it's better than nothing at this point. So Pretty Woman is definitely a huge one that Touchstone and Disney has been needing to do for quite some time. I mean, we got My Best Friend's Wedding on 4K, which is a pretty subpar Julia Roberts romantic comedy. It was popular, but the movie's not that great. We need the most iconic, Julia Roberts movie of all time, and that is Pretty Woman on 4K. So definitely excited about that. Again, it's a rumor, not officially announced. Now, let's go ahead and get into something that was officially announced. I did an entire live stream on this last week, just kind of breaking down all the details, but Tombstone was announced to come out on 4K. It's getting a 4K steelbook on April the 22nd. So very soon we are going to be getting Tombstone on 4K. Now, there were a few caveats with this release. It is on a 66 gigabyte disc. It does not have Dolby Atmos. There's no new special features. And at the time, we thought we would only be getting the steelbook option. Now, that could still be the case in the States. There has not been a standard option announced in the States yet. I want people to understand that. But over in Poland, they have a listing for Tombstone on 4K, a standard edition, and we have the artwork of this. But it's not in the US. It's not up for pre-order in the US. But hopefully at some point we will also get a standard edition of Tombstone. And we're seeing different stuff, the way that they're rolling out physical media since Sony's involved now with Disney's physical media stuff. Like we're seeing changes happen. So, I've seen Sony put out a 4K steelbook and then later do a 4K standard. So I'm hoping that same thing happens here. Maybe we'll only get the 4K steelbook at first, and then 3 to 4 months down the line, we'll get that 4K standard for Tombstone. But I mean, guys, look, at this point, I wouldn't count on it. Like, if you really want Tombstone on 4K, maybe you'll have to get that steelbook. Who knows how long you'll have to wait. And this is such a big, event 4K release, in my opinion. And it's like, we've been waiting for it for such a long time. I know that some people, they're just not going to want to miss out on it. So we're going to have to get the steelbook. I do hope that it's a little bit more reasonably priced, that it's not $65, it's 45 or 50 or something like that. But who knows at this point with Disney, guys. So I don't want, because there was a lot of people reaching out to me saying that, oh, the US, it was announced to come out from the US standard edition. It has not been announced to come out standard edition in the US. The listing is up in Poland, which it could indicate that we might be getting one, in the UK, over in Germany, something like that. But I don't think we'll be seeing it in the US. Because I think they would have probably announced that along with the steelbook. Now, not to say it couldn't come to the US at some point down the line, but I don't think we're going to be seeing it in the US on April the 22nd. But the 4K standard edition is out there. Maybe you can import it from Poland when the pre-order goes up. I'll try to keep you guys in the loop and updated there. But yeah, Tombstone on 4K, guys. Again, I covered all the details in a live stream I did the other night. Just go back and watch the live stream. I start covering it about 20 minutes into it, but we just kind of dug into all the details. Definitely exciting news, though, guys. Like Tombstone, just one of the most iconic, popular westerns of all time, and it's one that people have been waiting for to come to 4K. So definitely exciting news. Let's get into some more exciting news, at least if you missed out on that Vinegar Syndrome incredible VSU release that came out back in 2022. But Arrow Video is apparently prepping a 4K box set release of Roadhouse to come out sometime this year. Now, this was also shared by Dawn the Disc, and this is the only spot that I saw with this being shared. So again, I don't know exactly where Dawn the Disc is getting this from, but it looks like an incredible, box set from Arrow Video. It's a nice, clear slip cover over another, box set that has the artwork on it, the picture of the bar and stuff. But I don't know, guys. I love Roadhouse. I love the 4K edition from Vinegar Syndrome. I think the artwork's great. I don't need another edition of Roadhouse, but I'm not going to lie. If Arrow Video announced another edition of Roadhouse, a nice box set release that looks like this, I might go ahead and get it. Now, I do wonder that this will probably be a UK only release for Arrow Video. I don't see them doing it in the States, because I think Vinegar Syndrome still has the rights to Roadhouse on 4K in the States. I think they're still putting it out. It's still available to be purchased on the Vinegar Syndrome website and also on Amazon as of right now. So I don't think they're going to give up the rights to Roadhouse as of right now. This will probably be a UK only release for Roadhouse from Arrow Video. So I imagine it'll probably have a couple of new special features. I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 just came out in the UK. They added a couple of new special features. They had the Vinegar Syndrome special features. Another thing here, though, guys, is I didn't even realize this, because the 4K of Roadhouse from Vinegar Syndrome looks so damn good. It was incredible how great that restoration was, but it did not have Dolby Vision. That release did not have Dolby Vision, so I'm assuming that Arrow Video will probably have Dolby Vision with their edition that comes out later this year. So there'll be a little bit of an upgrade, I imagine, with Roadhouse on 4K from Arrow Video. But yeah, definitely cool. Again, no release date. This hasn't been announced. I assume it'll probably be announced with the June slate of Arrow Video titles, but it looks like a really awesome box set release. Again, I don't know if I'll be able to resist. I love Roadhouse. I love that Vinegar Syndrome set I got, but it's this set looks really damn cool as well. But yeah, guys, Roadhouse 4K, apparently it's coming from Arrow Video at some point this year. And we also got Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me coming to 4K at some point in November from the Criterion Collection. This is another kind of rumor that Dawn the Disc is reporting. Now, this one seems incredibly likely anyway. At some point, Criterion's probably going to upgrade all of David Lynch's films. I mean, I can see The Elephant Man coming to 4K. I can see Eraserhead coming to 4K, because Eraserhead's already got a 4K coming in the UK. So I could definitely see all them upgrading all of David Lynch's filmography within the Criterion Collection, all the ones that they have anyway, and given it because they got a number of his films on 4K already, like Mulholland Drive's on 4K, we got Blue Velvet on 4K, we got Lost Highway on 4K, so I can definitely see them upgrading all of his films. So it makes sense to do, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me in 4K, but apparently it's coming in November from the Criterion Collection. Again, don't know exactly where Dawn of the Disc is getting all his information from, so this is a rumor as of right now, not guaranteed. But let's go ahead and get into the actual official news, guys, because we've been discussing rumors and speculation type stuff. So we're getting into the real stuff. This stuff has been announced. We've got Kingpin coming to 4K officially from Kino Lorber. So we just got this kind of tease from Kino Lorber, I feel like a couple of weeks ago. And now we have the official release coming out with the release date. So sometimes they move very quickly from when they do those pre-announcements to the actual announcements, and sometimes it's like 2 to 3 years for some of their announcements. Kingpin is coming to 4K though, guys, from Kino Lorber. May the 27th, a new 4K restoration of the theatrical cut from the original camera negative. You got Dolby Vision, HDR, and there is a new audio commentary with this one as well. So yeah, Kingpin, again, I would love to see There's Something About Mary come to 4K. I would love to see Dumb and Dumber come to 4K. Those are the two best Farrelly Brothers movies in my opinion, but Kingpin's a fun one as well. So I would be excited to get this one on 4K, check it out. And I'm always for more comedies on 4K. Speaking of more comedies on 4K, we've got Wayne's World 2 also coming to 4K, getting its official announcement from Kino Lorber, May the 27th, the same day as Kingpin. It is a new 4K restoration from the original camera negative, and it's got Dolby Vision and HDR as well. Nothing new in terms of special features or anything like that, which is kind of disappointing. Not even a new audio commentary, but it does have reversible artwork on it, so that which looks pretty damn cool. Like, I like the reversible artwork on this one. So this one's a no-brainer. I love the first Wayne's World. It's probably my favorite comedy of all time, if I'm being completely honest. Wayne's World 2 is one I did not watch as much when I was a kid, but I'm definitely a Wayne's World fan, SNL fan, so I'll definitely get this at some point from Kino Lorber. So definitely excited for Wayne's World 2 on 4K. We've also got a pre-announcement from Kino Lorber. We got Peacemaker coming to 4K. This is coming soon from Kino Lorber, so we could be getting it in a couple of months. We could be getting it 2 years from now. We could be getting it like, getting ready to come out. It's releasing and then it gets delayed or canceled. That could happen as well. It's been known to happen, especially with these more like disaster type films, which Peacemaker, it's kind of a combination of things. It's not like 100%, like I wouldn't classify it as a disaster movie, even though there's a big like disaster kind of set piece in the beginning of the film or towards the beginning of the film. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've seen Peacemaker, but it's more of a kind of thriller type movie. I wouldn't even classify it as action really, but it's more of a kind of a thriller type film. But it's a good one. I remember enjoying it. I've seen it a few times actually, because there was a really cool set piece like with a nuke in the very beginning of it. And it's like you're waiting for something like that to happen the rest of the film. Nothing like that really ever happens again, but it's a good one. It's a thrilling movie. It's got a good cast with George Clooney, Nicole Kidman, 1997. So again, I haven't seen it for such a long time. I don't know if it necessarily warrants a 4K, but I'm sure it could look better in 4K. And I don't own it in the collection, so it would be nice to just have an excuse to buy this movie and get it in the collection. So yeah, Peacemaker on 4K. Let me know if you're excited for that in the comment section below. We've also got the official look at the Lethal Weapon 4K Steelbook, and we got a release date. This is coming out from Warner Brothers, April the 29th. It is going to be a native 4K with HDR Dolby Vision. There is a pre-order up right now for the Steelbook for $34.99 because Warner Brothers, guys, look, you can criticize them all you want for just putting the 4K in there and whatever, but Warner Brothers is still like putting out Steelbooks and editions that are affordable. Okay, that is the important thing to remember here. $34.99 because Tombstone's getting ready to come out. 4K Steelbook. What is that going to be? $60, $65, maybe $70. I hope it's not. I hope it's like $45 to $50, but it's still going to be pretty expensive. Either way, Lethal Weapon. Warner Bros. Is putting this out. They're getting ready to do all the Clint Eastwood 4K Steelbooks. $34.99. Still a perfectly reasonable price to get these movies. Actually, I think that the Clint Eastwood steelbooks are like $29.99 actually. So on Groove, this might be a little bit cheaper, the Lethal Weapon 4K steelbook. But yeah, it's going to be a native 4K HDR Dolby Vision. Pre-order up. There is no slipcover version announced yet. I am assuming that there will be, because usually they announce the 4K steelbooks and then the actual like slipcover artwork comes out. Now the UK box set edition, we showed off some artwork last week. I think it was the French artwork. I'm assuming that's going to be the UK box set edition as well. That has been kind of revealed, but we don't have that official, slip artwork. So it is Warner Brothers. So prepare to be a little bit disappointed in the artwork. I will say that about Warner Brothers. Their artwork always leaves a little bit to be desired, even though the Clint Eastwood ones I don't think are too bad. But what a month that April's going to be. Tombstone, Lethal Weapon, all those Clint Eastwood movies, Dirty Harry, Pale Rider, Outlaw, Jizzy Wells. April's going to be popping off for physical media. So I'm definitely excited for physical media in April. But yeah, we don't have the slipcover announcement, just the 4K steelbook for Lethal Weapon. Let me know if you're excited. That is definitely a long-awaited 4K as well as Lethal Weapon. Let me know if you're excited for that in the comment section below. We've also got the new Woody Harrelson survival disaster type movie. I don't really know exactly what this movie is, but it's called Last Breath. And it's getting a Blu-ray release from Universal April the 29th. There is an audio commentary here, I think from the director, and a making of as well. So this is coming out on Blu-ray, not getting a 4K. Again, it's Universal, so maybe at some point it'll probably get a 4K, because that's how they like to kind of play the game. But maybe not. Maybe it's just getting the Blu-ray and that's as far as it'll go. But I haven't seen this movie. I did kind of want to check it out. Let me know if you've seen it and your thoughts on the film in the comment section below. We've also got Dexter, the Original Sin. This is getting a Blu-ray release. This is a new television show, and I think it's got Sarah Michelle Gellar in it. It's like a Dexter origin story. But it's coming out from Paramount June the 10th. It's got a Blu-ray and a Steelbook edition. So this was a streaming original on Paramount's streaming service, I believe. So always cool to see Paramount. Look, they got the streaming service. They got their stuff that's exclusive to the streaming service, but they're always willing to support physical media and put these shows out on physical media. So that's why I also, appreciate Paramount. I think that Paramount and Warner Bros., they're just the two best studios, because I think that they do the best job in, giving the consumer and the people what they want, both catering to their streaming audience, also catering to the physical media audience. I just think those two companies do the best job. We've also got the Umbrella July announcements, guys, and they announced some doozies here in the July announcements, starting with the Ozploitation Rarities Volume 3. This includes the films Scooby Malone, Goodbye Paradise, and The Empty Beach. So I have the first two Ozploitation, box sets. I've only watched one film in the first box set, but it's basically a collection of Australian horror exploitation films, which is cool to kind of dig into the films from other parts of the world, because we have our own exploitation cult films over here, but also so does all the other countries as well. So it's cool to kind of dig into that stuff that we may have not had access to over here in the States. And I think all these movies are probably first time on Blu-ray as well. All these have like new features, commentaries and stuff. So it's a really cool box set. I'm happy to see that Umbrella is keeping this line going. Next up, guys, this is a big one. This is the Michael Haneke collection. This is 13 discs, 14 movies from 1976 through 2012. So these are all films directed by Michael Haneke, who I'm not super familiar with, but there's one movie I know him for. So yeah, 1976 through 2012. This covers 40 years, so it's a pretty comprehensive box set. It's including movies like Lemmings and Lemmings Part 2, Benny's Video, Funny Games, and more. So there's like 14 movies in this, but Funny Games is the one that I know that I've heard of, and I think that came out and it also got like a remake. I haven't seen it, but I have heard of the movie. It's a pretty infamous film. But this at least of what I've seen, this is the biggest box set they've ever done. I think loads of extras here. Like I was looking, and like every single disc has like audio commentaries. It has new features. So this is like an incredible box set from Umbrella Entertainment. And I'm definitely excited to get it and kind of dig into the filmography of Michael Haneke for sure. And I know a lot of people seem like they were super excited for it. But yeah, this is up for pre-order right now on the Umbrella website. I can link this stuff down below if you are interested. We've also got The Science of Sleep, getting a Blu-ray special edition set. And we've got Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare getting a Blu-ray set, which I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see these low budget like fairy tale creature, box sets continue to come out from Umbrella. They look like actual like storybooks. I think that's really cool. Even though the movies aren't the greatest, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is not great. The second one is not great. And I'm sure that Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare is not great, even though I think I heard that this was better than the Pooh movies. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard it was better. But it's a cool box set, storybook cover on it. And I'm just kind of a mark for these kind of box sets and gimmicks. I think they look super cool, and I want it to keep going. I want the Bambi movie. I want the big Poohniverse crossover or whatever they do, whatever box set. I just think it's cool, guys. So yeah, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare looks like a really cool box set. We've also got Intacto, getting a Blu-ray set as well. So not too familiar with this film, but it looks like a pretty cool kind of cult horror movie. And then also announced, now this wasn't officially announced, we didn't get the artwork or anything like that, but it was announced that by Umbrella themselves that they are working on a future Rad 4K release. So Vinegar Syndrome notoriously put out Rad on 4K a few years ago, and then it sold out. It sold out. Nobody could get it. It was going for like $200 to $300 on eBay and stuff like that. Now, Umbrella Entertainment announces that they're doing a 4K box set version of Rad. Again, no release date. I'm assuming we'll get the announcement for this sometime later this year. But cool of Umbrella to kind of bring this one back into stock for people. I'm assuming it'll probably have the same restoration that Vinegar Syndrome did, but definitely very cool, guys. Let me know if you're excited for Rad on 4K. Let me know if you're excited for all these Umbrella July announcements in the comment section below. And lastly, guys, we have the Beyond 4K. So last week we talked about the Beyond 4K, how it was announced. This is a Lucio Fulci movie, by the way. It was announced to come out from Grindhouse Releasing. It was exclusively on their website, and it sold out over the weekend. They only had like, I think, 3,500 copies of this, sold out on their website. So they put it back in stock this past Friday. Now, this version, this is a very important distinction. This version does not have the little eyeball piece that comes with it. So that's the distinction. If you bought it the first run, you get the eyeball piece. So that's the one thing that you get over the people that are getting it with this new re-release. So I think that's, I don't know if that's enough to kind of want, because the thing about this kind of stuff, guys, is when you put it out and you say it's limited, you make people feel like they have to get it. They have to purchase it right then and there. And then the people that do, they do it. And then it gets re-released, and they're like, why the hell did I purchase this? Because it was limited when it was just going to be re-released again. But it is good for the other people that wanted it to re-release it and put it out there. Because to be honest, guys, if it sold out that quick, and it's a movie like The Beyond, which is pretty popular, Lucio Fulci film, you should have made like 6,000 copies of it. You should have made 6,000 copies, made enough for everybody to get and enjoy. I think as of right now, it's got like 550 copies left on the Grindhouse Releasing website. So I'm assuming it'll be sold out before the end of the week. So I get why people get upset about that kind of thing, because it's limited, and then you buy it because you got the FOMO and you want to feel like you're justified in that purchase, and then they just re-release it again. Now I'm still under the assumption, I have heard that Grindhouse Releasing does not do like standard editions, re-releases. I still believe, because this is their first 4K, and they're working with MVD now, I still believe they'll do a standard edition at some point. I have to believe that, because I'm not getting this. I'm waiting for that standard edition. And I really think it's going to happen. Even though it may be unprecedented, it may be something they haven't done before, I still believe that it's going to happen. I will not pay $75 to $80 for this edition, but it's available right now, guys. If you want the Beyond on 4K, it's available on Grindhouse Releasing website. At least I hope it still is by the time I put this out. Definitely check it. I'll link it down below. Now let's go ahead and jump into the deals and the sales, guys. So we've got Warner Archive hosting a 4 for $49 sale on the Movie Zing website. So this happens usually once a year. It used to be a 4 for $44 sale, but now it's a 4 for $49 sale. And this is going on now until March the 31st. So you got about a 10-day window to partake in the sale. But Warner Archive, look, they got tons of great Westerns. They got some horror stuff on there, some great classic films. Like Warner Brothers pays attention to their classic films through the Warner Archive line, which is kind of a sub-label of Warner Brothers. And they've got tons of great titles on there. They've got the Searchers Blu-ray on there for sale, even though I would recommend the 4K, but they have the Blu-ray on there. But there's definitely a few Westerns I got my eye on, so I might grab those during this sale. So that's why I can't get the Beyond, guys. I got to get some of these Warner Archive Blu-rays for 40. I mean, 4 movies for $49 or 1 movie for 80. I mean, God, this is just where I'm at right now mentally, guys. But Warner Archive, again, great releases. Their Blu-rays are always like top-notch quality. They don't do a ton in terms of special features, but their actual like transfers and the quality of their Blu-rays is like top tier. So yeah, I definitely recommend Warner Archive partaking in that sale. I'll link it down below in the description. We've also got several deals going on Amazon right now. I'll link as many as I can down below in the description. Now, the thing about these Amazon deals is I'm discussing these a full day before I put out the physical media report, so some of these may not be in effect anymore. So, you know, but I'll cover some big ones right here. We got the Star Trek: The Next Generation 4K box set for $38.66. We got the Shrek 4 film 4K box set for $32.99. We got the Back to the Future trilogy on Blu-ray for $15.95. So that's a great deal. And Glorious Bastards, the standard version is up on Amazon right now on 4K for $17.89. That's a great deal. If you don't care about the box, I just want the standard edition. That's a great deal for that. Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane are available on 4K together for $17.40. Then we got the 4:30 movie, the new Kevin Smith film on Blu-ray for $7.50. Paramount Scares box set is down to $39.49. And then we got Mission Impossible 1 4K Steelbook for $14.99. So again, guys, I'll try to find as many deals as I can, link all those down below. I've got everything that I talked about that has pre-orders. I will have those linked down below. These deals I will have linked down below, and then everything new that's coming out this week, which we're getting ready to get into, I will link down below as well. If it's on Amazon, it's an Amazon affiliate link. If you use it, you do help support the channel, and I definitely appreciate that. We've also got several deals on groove.com right now, guys. I did a video last Friday, I think, just kind of running down 10 4Ks that I would recommend in the Groove 3 for $30 sale, because they've got a 3 4Ks for $30 sale going on right now. And look, if you've been collecting 4Ks for a long time, chances are you got most of these titles. Chances are you got most of these titles because they're just some pretty popular ones that have been around for a long time. But if you're just getting into collecting, it's a great sale. And I think that you can still find something on there. Like if you've been collecting for a while, I think there's still stuff on there that you can find for super cheap. But yeah, 3 4Ks for 30 bucks, guys. You can't beat it. There's also a steelbook sale. There's some great steelbooks that have been like $30 in the past. They're like $16.99 right now. So definitely, you know, jump into that if you're interested. And then there's a box set sale. It's just like tons of collections for very cheap. Like that's why Amazon, like you'll see some box sets go down in price on Amazon. It's usually because Groove initiates it, because they have a sale and then Amazon jumps in. So Groove is really acting as like the new Best Buy in that way. But yeah, always get on Groove. I always recommend every single week get on Groove because they always got new sales going. I think there's like a 2 for $19 on Blu-rays going right now as well. And also, guys, the big buy 2 get 1 on movies, books, and games is going on right now at Target, and this is going on until March the 29th. So if you're interested in that, I know a lot of people like to stock up on some titles during this time. You know, buy 2 get 1 free. I think it also works on pre-orders as well. Now, Amazon, I haven't checked yet, but they usually will try to match this and do a buy 2 get 1 as well. So I'll check for that, and if it's also going on, I will link that down below as well. But yeah, tons of deals going on right now. Definitely check out the ones that I listed here today. They will all be linked down below in the description. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week. There's a lot of really cool titles coming out this week. It's definitely a really big week for physical media. I don't feel like it's as big as last week, but there's definitely some really cool stuff coming out this week, starting with Tommy Boy on 4K, guys, coming out from Paramount for $25.99 for the regular standard edition. We've also got a 4K Amazon Steelbook for $29.99 as well, and the Walmart Steelbook, which is slightly cheaper than the Amazon, for $29.66, which in my opinion has some better artwork. But I do have Tommy Boy on 4K, guys. I did watch it. I will be reviewing it very soon on the channel, so definitely be looking out for that. We've also got Black Sheep on 4K, which is the other David Spade, Chris Farley collaboration comedy. This is coming out from Kino Lorber, though, for I believe $31. It's like $31.99 or $31.66 or something on Amazon right now currently. But again, I will have it linked down below. Definitely excited to get Black Sheep, though. I did pre-order this one. I may be doing a review for that one as well. We've also got Don't Torture a Duckling coming out on 4K from Arrow Video for $31.32. And this one I have finished watching. I haven't shot my review for it yet, but I will be reviewing this one very soon on the channel as well. You know, we got The Brutalist coming out on 4K, A24 edition for $34.99. We've also got Baby Girl getting a 4K edition from A24 for $34.99. There's also a Blu-ray for $30, and it looks like both are available on Amazon. So it used to be that the 4Ks would just be on the A24 website and they would not be on Amazon. Now for Baby Girl, guys, they are both on Amazon, the 4K and the Blu-ray of Baby Girl. Now the Brutalist is just on the A24 website, at least as of right now. Maybe they shifted that to Amazon by this point, but last I checked, the Brutalist on 4K is just on the A24 website for $34.99. We've also got Night Moves coming out on 4K from the Criterion Collection, Gene Hackman film, R.I.P. Gene Hackman, for $34.99. This is definitely one I'll get at some point, but it'll be probably in the Criterion summer sale. We got Night of the Creeps on 4K coming out this week from Scream Factory for $33.99. I enjoy Night of the Creeps. This was just one that I didn't feel like I needed to upgrade right away. I'll definitely get it at some point. We also got Choose Me coming out on 4K from the Criterion Collection for $34.99. There's also a Blu-ray edition as well for $27.99. We got Delicatessen coming out on 4K from Severin Films for $35.99. We've also got Antiviral coming out on 4K from Severin Films for $35.99. Now, these have both been out on the Severin website, but this is the first time they're being available on Amazon. We've also got the Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 6 Blu-ray set coming out from Shout for $134.99. We got Warner Archive Blu-rays. We got 6 new Warner Archive Blu-rays coming out this week. Magilla Gorilla series for $33.49. The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse for $20.98. Sadie McKee coming out for $24.49. Hitman coming out for $24.49. Earth 2 coming out for $20.98, and Monogram Matinee coming out for $20.98 as well. We got 5 new Kino Lorber Blu-ray releases coming out this week, including The Glass Web 3D for $18.98, Diary of a Chambermaid for $18.98, The 10th Victim for $18.98, and Hijack Highway coming out for $20.99, and lastly, Bobby Joe and the Outlaw, which I believe is a Kino Cult edition, even though it's already come out on Blu-ray before from Kino Lorber. This is going to be $19.98 for that one. We've also got The Daredevils and Ode to the Gallantry coming out from Eureka for $27.99. We got Memoir of a Snail coming out from IFC Films for $13.98. There's also a double pack with Mary and Max, which is an older, I think, 2010 movie, coming out for $25.99 if you want to get both of those on Blu-ray. Then we got a Desperado 4K, a standalone Desperado 4K standard edition coming out from Arrow Video for $29.99. We got An Amorous Woman of Tang Dynasty coming out from 88 Films for $17.98. We got Hong Kong coming out from 88 Films for $17.98. We got The Lady is Boss coming out from 88 Films for $17.98. We got Asia coming out on Blu-ray, which is coming out from BBC for $22.49. And lastly, we have In Custody, The Proprietor coming out from Coham Media Group for $27.99. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, also comment down below, turn on bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.